We're talking about the 1979-era UK Elizabeth to new pence coin, one of the most surprising and valuable pieces of British coinage that hides in plain sight. Stay tuned till the end, because by the time you finish watching, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own pocket change, and who knows, you might just discover a fortune sitting right in your coin jar. Let's rewind to the late 1970s, a fascinating time in British coin history. The UK had gone through decimalisation earlier in the decade, changing the way coins were made and used. By 1979, the decimal coinage system had already settled in, and millions of new coins were entering circulation. The 2 new pence coin was part of that transition, carrying the inscription new pence, just as it had since 1971, but something changed after 1981. The Royal Mint decided to drop the word new and simply label the coins as to pence. That shift marked the end of the new pence era, and it's precisely this wording that later made some coins, including certain rare 1979 and 1983 issues, highly sought after. The 1979 to new pence coin itself wasn't meant to be special, it was struck in millions for everyday use. Featuring the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, the same design used since 1968, the reverse displayed the badge of the Prince of Wales, with the motto Ich Dien, meaning I serve. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until collectors and error hunters started noticing strange variations in certain 1979 coins. Now, here's where things get fascinating. The Royal Mint is known for its precision, but every so often, a small error during production slips through the cracks, and those tiny mistakes can turn a common coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 1979 to new pence is one of those coins where minting errors created extremely rare and valuable variants that collectors go crazy for. Some of these 1979 coins display striking misalignments, die rotation errors, or planchet flaws that make them stand out. Others were struck on the wrong metal blanks. Entirely imagine a to new pence coin minted on a bronze penny planchet, or even on a foreign blank used for another country's coins. That kind of mix-up could make a single coin worth hundreds or even thousands of pounds. But one of the most exciting discoveries lies in coins that show double striking or off-center strikes. These coins were struck twice or in the wrong position, creating a fascinating ghost-like image of the Queen's portrait or the reverse design overlapping itself. To error collectors, that's pure gold, and prices for such coins can skyrocket. A well-preserved 1979 error coin with visible doubling or metal displacement can easily fetch £5,000 to £6,000, depending on its clarity and grade. And for the truly extraordinary ones like those struck on the wrong blank, or with both sides mismatched, values can reach several £1,000s or more. Now, here's where it gets even more intriguing. Some researchers and numismatists believe that a tiny handful of 1979 to new pence coins were struck using test or transitional dies, possibly meant for later years or different denominations. That kind of hybrid minting process can lead to unique anomalies, coins that show features from 2 different designs or mismatched details, which are nearly impossible to replicate. Imagine holding a coin that wasn't supposed to exist. That's what makes these rare 1979 error coins so thrilling. In the world of numismatics, rarity and mystery always go hand in hand. Let's also talk about the condition factor, something that dramatically influences value. Many to new pence coins from 1979 were heavily circulated, tossed around for decades in change, vending machines, and pockets. But a mint state or proof-like error coin from that year can send collectors into a bidding frenzy. A pristine, uncirculated example of a 1979 error coin can fetch anywhere between £2,000 to £3,000, sometimes more if it has an exceptional strike or visible anomaly. And if you happen to find one graded by a professional service like NGC or PCGS, the certified label can multiply its value even further. Now, you might be wondering, why is the 1979 coin sometimes confused with the legendary 1983 new pence error coin? Well, here's the connection. In 1983, when the Royal Mint had already changed the wording to 2 pence, a small batch of coins was accidentally minted using the old new pence dies. Those 1983 coins became instantly famous because they shouldn't have existed. But collectors soon realized that earlier years like 1979 had their own stories to tell, subtle variations, misstrikes, and transitional features that make them almost as rare, and in some cases, even more mysterious. One of the most talked about examples of a rare 1979 to new pence error is a coin struck on a bronze planchet instead of copper-plated steel, a striking mistake that makes the coin heavier and a different color tone if authenticated. Such an error can bring over £5,000 at auction. Even more jaw-dropping are specimens showing mirror-like proof surfaces despite not being part of any official proof set. These may have been trial strikes or presentation pieces, and while no official record exists, collectors have reported a few such coins in private collections. Those unique coins, if ever sold, could reach tens of thousands of pounds due to their sheer rarity. The beauty of these discoveries is that they often begin in the most ordinary places, someone cleaning out an old drawer, sorting a family coin jar, or inspecting change from a shop. That's what makes the story of the 1979 to new pence coin so compelling. It's a symbol of how hidden value can exist where you least expect it. Even small details, like lettering errors, missing dots, or irregular edges, can make a massive difference in value. A coin with a weakly struck new pence inscription, for instance, might be worth £100 to £200, but if it has a combination of errors, say, off-center strike and doubling, you're suddenly talking £1,000 or more. Let's also touch on how collectors determine authenticity. For a coin like this, visual inspection is key. Look at the edges. Are they readed evenly, or do they show irregularities? Check the queen's portrait. Are there ghostly outlines or doubling around the letters of small signs like these are what separate a normal coin from a rare mint error. The metal color also plays an important role. Some 1979 to new pence coins appear in a slightly lighter or darker bronze tone, depending on planchet composition and strike pressure. A genuine wrong metal error will have different weight and magnetic properties compared to a regular issue. So, if your coin looks unusual, wait, you might be holding something special. Collectors and auction houses have reported remarkable finds over the years. At small regional coin fairs, 1979 to new pence error coins have sold for £8,000 to £10,000, while online auctions sometimes see bidding wars pushing values even higher. Rare varieties authenticated by grading services can exceed £5,000, especially if they feature multiple minting anomalies. It's also worth noting that the popularity of error coins has exploded in recent years. Thanks to social media and YouTube, more people are aware of just how valuable small mistakes can be. Videos showing lucky finds, like a single to be coin selling for thousands, have inspired thousands of people to start checking their change. And with more collectors joining the hunt, demand for authentic 1979 errors keeps climbing. Now picture this, someone walking into an appraisal shop with a handful of old coins from their childhood. The expert examines them under magnification, and there it is, a 1979 to new pence with a perfectly visible off-center strike, maybe a double rim, and a clear die rotation. The collector's heart skips a beat, and the appraiser smiles. You might want to sit down for this. This coin could be worth over £3,000. That kind of moment isn't fiction. It's happened before. Coins like these have surfaced from the most unexpected places. And every time they do, they remind us that numismatics is as much about history as it is about mystery. Speaking of history, let's remember that the 1979 issue came at the tail end of Britain's economic challenges, inflation, strikes, and changing production methods. The Royal Mint, then operating with both old and new machinery, occasionally produced coins that didn't quite meet its high standards. That explains why so many fascinating errors from this era exist. They're physical records of a time when precision and transition sometimes collided. The Queen's portrait on these coins, by Arnold Machin, is itself a symbol of mid-century craftsmanship, elegant and detailed. Any distortion or doubling of that portrait becomes instantly noticeable to trained eyes. Collectors love these visual errors because they're not just technical mistakes, they're beautiful anomalies that capture a frozen moment in minting history. So, if you ever come across a 1979 to new pence coin, take a closer look. Tilt it under light, inspect the rim, the text, and the portrait. Does something look slightly off? Does the metal shine differently? Because that tiny difference might just be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. There are even rumors, though unconfirmed, of prototype 1979 to new pence coins struck with early to pence lettering, meant for 1980 to testing. If one of those were ever authenticated, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime find worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of pounds. And while no official record has surfaced, the mere possibility keeps collectors searching every year. That's the thrill of coin collecting: mystery, rarity, and the chance of discovering something that history forgot. The 1979 to new pence coin is proof that even a small copper coin can carry stories worth more than gold, so next time you see a dull, old-to-be coin lying around, don't ignore it. That tiny disc might just be one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever produced in Britain. Collectors today continue to chase these hidden gems, and as the years go by, their value only increases. After all, with time, coins disappear from circulation, they're melted, lost, or forgotten, making surviving error examples even rarer. The fewer that exist, the higher their worth climbs. It's no exaggeration to say that a single 1979 error coin could one day sell for tens of thousands of pounds. Maybe even six figures, if it carries a combination of unique minting flaws, historical significance, and pristine condition. And that's what makes this story so exciting: the idea that extraordinary value can hide in something so small, so ordinary, and so overlooked. So, keep your eyes open, check your change, because somewhere out there, another collector just like you is about to discover their own piece of British coin history, the next 1979 to new pence error coin that could change their life. And when they do, it will serve as one more reminder that hidden treasures don't always come in gold bars or diamond rings. Sometimes they come disguised as a humble little coin marked new pence.